Good evening, loved ones. Welcome to Blue Lotus Empowerment. I'm Stella, and I hope that you have been having an amazing week so far. I am here to share with you some messages of encouragement and light that will hopefully just uplift you and inspire you just to keep moving forward on your journey to do your best, and also to just remind yourself, be gentle with yourself. Many of us on this journey of self mastery and self discovery and awareness, sometimes we can be a little harsh with ourselves because we want to advance to the next level or quickly learn the lesson that we think we need to learn. But we're being called to be radically acceptant of ourselves, to be patient with ourselves, and in turn, that will help us to be patient with others, which is sometimes not easy whatsoever. So, before we get started, we just want to take a moment and just clear the space and just take some nice cleansing deep breaths. I'm going to place some singing bowls on briefly just to bring in some peaceful vibrations before we get started. Just take a moment and relax, get comfortable. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Give thanks and gratitude for your life, for your opportunities, for all of the many blessings of abundance and truth and light. Express gratitude for your health, for the people in your life that are here to help support you and encourage you along your journey. Give thanks for your ancestors and spirit guide, the divine, the angels, your soul tribe. Be grateful for the lessons that you are learning at this very moment, because they're being sent to you in order to help you grow and improve and become the most authentic version of yourself. Just take a moment and center yourself and feel the peace and the tranquility and the encouragement of the vibrations from this space. This is a space that is just for you. We're going to send out healing vibrations to all those around us, protection and light. We especially send out healing vibrations to our dear sister friend Angelina. Just want to let her know she's thought of and loved and encouraged. Thank you for all of the wonderful members of this channel and soul tribe. We just appreciate you and thank you for being here as we prepare for the reading. Ooh, I always enjoy doing that right before we get started. I feel like it just does a nice cleansing, and it's kind of like hitting the reset button wherever you are in your journey, whether it's late at night or early in the morning, wherever you are. It's nice to just take a moment to breathe and to feel the good healing vibrations and to be uplifted and to just be ready. Be ready for what these messages have to say to us, the encouragement that we will receive, just expressing the gratitude and thanksgiving in advance for what lessons we will learn, what encouragement we will receive. And so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and sage the space one more time. And we are ready to get started. All right, so the very first deck we are working with is actually one of the last decks that we worked with in the previous reading. For those of you just joining us, we've kind of gone through this really fantastic voyage and journey of the human spirit, talking about our emotions, our healing process, growing through what we were going through, clearing karma, overcoming judgmental and negative energies that we might have carried with us, and just learning how to be accepting and encouraging, not only of others, but of ourselves. Hi, Kate. That's right. Happy September. It's a September to remember. We're going to plant that intention for this to be a wonderful start to yet another month. And it happens to be the 9, which is an angel number, the 9th month of the year. And so we're just setting intentions for a good year going forward. But particularly, we want to set good intentions through this month of September. All right, so as you can see, this beautiful deck box from Amanda Ellis and Jane Delaford Taylor is really lovely. And I have to tell you, the cards just really have a very beautiful colors to them. The book is very informative in explaining the energy behind each of these cards. I saved the last couple of cards that we had from this deck at the previous reading. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this up. And the very first card that we had from this deck was Go with the Flow, Paddle On. And really, this is about the journey that you have been on to transform, to witness yourself, to recognize things that trigger you, to have dealt with things like shame, embarrassment, hardships, stemming from even early childhood, attachment issues, breakups, situations where you felt helpless and disempowered. This journey has just been a very high, low, but now we are sailing on, and we have made a conscious effort to go with the flow. While we are moving with the flow, we are being encouraged to do ancestral clearing, to number one, give gratitude and thanks for our loved ones that have come before us, but to also take the time, effort, and energy to clear the paths that maybe had problematic things in our genealogy and our bloodlines. And by taking the time, taking the moment to go ahead and do that, not only are you helping yourself, but you're helping those ancestors that could not get out of certain situations, patterns, habits that were destructive. And so as you help them, you help yourself and the future generations to come, which is beautiful. While you're on this journey, you're also being called to ignite your heart of passion, your love for life. I know many people over the course of this pandemic have been really perplexed and challenged with finding their passion. For some people, it came very easily. It was like just flipping a switch. For other people, the being quarantined and the changes to daily life threw people into a tailspin. There was a lot of depression and anxiety and uncertainty that was looming around, and still to some degree continues to be present. However, we are being called to heal our hearts using those palms of our hands where the heart chakra activation is, to rub them together, to open up for abundance, to open up for creativity, and to ignite our heart for passion for something good that will drive us towards our destiny, something positive, something powerful, something that we feel proud of, we feel good about. And it's nothing that anyone can take away from you. Only you will know what that thing is, but you're being guided by that beautiful flame of encouragement within your heart that's telling you, you can do this. For some people, it starts out as a tiny little ember and it's just flickering and flickering and it's building up momentum. Build yourself up daily. Do positive affirmations in the mirror in the morning before you go to bed. You know, I always love from that movie The Help, you is kind, you is smart, and you is important. Do what you have to do to get yourself built up and encouraged and ready to face whatever challenges, to embrace whatever lessons, and to be encouraged about your present and your future. So this card was just so fabulous. I was so excited about it. Creative energy. Fan those flames. And you fan those flames. Don't wait for somebody else to be your hype guy or your hype girl. You fan those flames within yourself and you start getting motivated, whether you decide, I'm passionate about eating well. Let me eat nourishing foods and put things into my body like water that are going to hydrate me and keep me balanced. For some people, it's going to be get passionate about exercising and fitness, and whether that is doing cardio or yoga or whatever it takes to get you moving and make your body feel alive and vital. For some people, it's get passionate about finding a healing modality that resonates with you. For some people, that's acupuncture. For some people, it's massage. For some people, it's going to be Reiki. But whatever it is, get passionate about it, do it. Many of you are literally sitting on your hands because you have an amazing idea, you're creative, but you don't know where to go or how to start. Start setting those intentions to the universe and allow the law of attraction to magnetize and bring in those resources or individuals or opportunities that are going to take you to the next level. Do not wait and say, well, I can't because I don't have XYZ, because you're also setting that out into the universe and the universe will respond. So why not take a chance with something positive and speak life over yourself? Speak into existence. I want good health because it's my birthright. I want to do good in my life and do good unto others, do good unto myself. I want to develop businesses. I want to go back to school. I intend to do these things, and start working your plan and planning your work. Plant those seeds and get out there and live your best life right now. And while you are doing that, this is so beautiful. So this passion, I love how these cards just came into order, but you have to go with the flow, stop being the salmon swimming up the stream, clear any karma from your bloodline, from your own past, so that you can be free in your passion to have a zest for life and to manifest and bring in what it is that you need and you desire that's for your greatest and highest good. These two cards came together, action. You know, you're going to have to move, get moving. Just like we said, movement is needed. And then here is welcome back. It's a new dawn. A new day has come. Do you remember? It's September. You know, get excited. Do you remember the last time you felt so pumped up and so good about what you were experiencing in your life? If you didn't, it's time for you to come back to that place now. Remember that time in your life when you felt excited about the future, when you had the momentum and the desire to move forward on your goals and your dreams. And if you look, here's this beautiful path that's leading you right to what you are hoping for. You are going to see an illumination of your dreams. Notice the outer parts of this were dark. And now in the center, there is just this bright light. And yes, even as you're running, even as you're moving towards your goal, there will be shadows. You're going to encounter those. It's nothing to be upset about or worried about. Just take it in stride and say, you know what? Maybe that's who I was before, but it's not me now. And I learned so much from those shadow times in my life, from those things that I didn't feel great about. I sure did learn a lot. And so now that there's this opening, this portal into a brighter new future, I can accept and understand that these were a part of my journey. These shadows, these experiences, these sometimes people, relationships, were all a part of your journey to get you to where you are right now. And I was minding my own business the other day, and the deck was sitting there, and I distinctly felt a prompting to pull the card. And what it was as above, so below, heaven and earth. And as I'm telling you this right now, once again, prompting to return to a previous deck that we worked with because it was so powerful that the cards came up the way that they did. See, I'm already bumping the camera. I'm so flippin' excited about this. But I believe when we get a call and a prompting to do something, it's really important. So I'm going to just pull over. I'm going to pull myself over and get these cards out to show you just how beautiful this is, because it really is extraordinary. So we have as above, so below. So just so you know what deck I am working from, it was the Mario de Grey Oracle of the Angels. Let's see if you can see that. Okay, so we had this experience of these cards, which were strength and power, side by side. After going through all that shadow work, light has illuminated your path, what to do. You've just got to use the strength and the power to wield it and to manifest it and to bring it into existence, right? Okay. This is so exciting. I love it when a good plan comes together. So then we end up with this card, as above, so below, heaven and earth. Those two cards from that previous deck, look at this. It's so beautiful because you cannot make this stuff up. As above, so below. This is the masculine. I'm going to try to put these up a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If you look at both of these, this is the divine masculine and divine feminine, and they are as above, so below. Strength, power. We have believe in our dreams, the eternal light of love. And what I didn't realize about the card that came out that goes in between the two of these, source of life. This is creation. This is what is taking place within you. As you have gone with the flow, as you have cleared the karma, as you have witnessed yourself and begun to accept and recognize areas of yourself that need improvement and work on making that progress, you are becoming more and more and more in alignment with your true self, which will make it so much easier for you to create and manifest from a high frequency vibration rather than a low frequency vibration where the negative, lack of acceptance, lack of courage all resides. So we want to stay in here and look at this flow. Again, as above, so below. This flow of abundance. It is truly the marriage and the blend of heaven and earth together. So y'all are going to have to forgive me because I just get so excited when I see a good plan coming together. It's like, oh, this is gorgeous, this is gorgeous, this is gorgeous. And even look at that heart in the center. You cannot make this stuff up. This is so pretty. So here you have this. In order to create and manifest from a healthy place, you have to go through the journey and do the work. This could require you to reparent yourself. It could require you to disconnect from toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, from experiences that have traumatized you, from habits and patterns that you formed, from taking on other people's energy, if you were empathic, through soul ties, through sexual intimacy, do whatever you have to do to get clear so that you can manifest and create, because we have the masculine and the feminine, Shakti and Shiva. It takes the two. It takes two to make a thing go right so that you can create the source of life that you desire, which is higher love, higher energy, higher vibrations. So now we're at this card, as above, so below, heaven and earth. So I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. I'm so excited to see what this says. I have never pulled this card before, so it's super exciting for me. And I'm very grateful for all of you, because if not for you, I wouldn't be here doing this right now. It says, you are reminded that the rewards of heaven are accessible to you here on earth now. Boom, drops the mic right now. So for those of you who have been wondering, is this the time? Is this the time to try? Yes, yes, it is. If you can sit there and do a check on yourself to determine, have you cleared all those areas? It's like, the mission control checklist at NASA. Have you gone through the checklist? Whether it's starting a new relationship with someone, a friendship with someone, a business, a plan, a project, whatever it is, you want to make sure you have gone through and brought in your power to yourself, because many of us on this journey have given away our power to other people. And as a result of doing that, we feel very weak in a lot of areas, like our nervous systems become dysregulated, and you'll notice physical symptoms, headache, stomach ache, gastrointestinal things like, bubble guts, not being able to sleep, having a hair trigger, temper. Those are things that happen when our body, mind, and spirit and soul are out of alignment. The cards prior that I showed you that had the sword being pulled out, that sword is the truth. It is your personal truth. It is who you are. Not the masks that you wear out in the world, not the projections of other people, but the true you wields power. And now, as above, so below. You do not have to wait for an imaginary place and state of plenty and peace, a heaven that is out of reach or inaccessible. Heaven can be here today, as can all the glories of the beauty of the divine available in every waking moment. Look at the symmetry of the majestic blossoming tree reflected in the water. It shows that all is the same, both above and below. When we realize it is time to stop, pause, and consider all that we came from, all that we are, and all that we will become. The cycle of life and the sacred wheels show us there is no beginning and no end. Likewise, there is no place outside of ourselves. It is all connected, all joined, all one. The soft, luscious colors of the tree and its bountiful riches speak to our heart of the jewels of heaven, which are free to all, not needing to be earned or worked towards. This represents our natural state of abundance and joy, our eternal birthright always. Overladen with petals, the flowering branches are reaching out and extending down to earth to offer enough for everyone. It's just waiting to be noticed and appreciated and absorbed. Heaven is here, it says. Look at the exquisite splendor and see it reflected not just in the waters of the lake, but within yourself. For you hold all this treasure within you: beauty, light, love, grace, and wonder. You are but a reflection of the divine. It can be no other way. You are a mirror image of that from which you came to and where you will return. The principle, as above, so below, is also so important for you right now. Be aware of the need to honor both your earthly and your divine states. Do not neglect your own physical self at the expense of the spiritual, or vice versa. The body's needs, good food, enough rest, time to relax, are just as important as the desire to expand, intuition, learn more, meditate, and so on. It may also need it may also be that you need to balance planting your own roots firmly and deeply, nourishing what is below, with allowing what is above to flower and thrive and be sustained. Spiritual growth requires both opening up to higher states and grounding yourself. Otherwise, anything gained is temporary, fleeting, and unbalanced. Whoop, I'm going to put that on rewind. Spiritual growth requires both opening up to higher states and grounding yourself. Otherwise, anything gained is temporary, fleeting, and unbalanced. This card implies that attention is required right now. You are also encouraged to take that which is learned and acquired and bring it to the everyday, whether you be a healer, a teacher, a shop worker, an engineer. Walk to your light, planet, and be the bridge between heaven and earth, for you are truly an embodiment of both. Earth is your home, and heaven is here with us. Look and seek, and you will find it and be it. This is amazing. And so I'm going to turn the card as it was above and below like that so you can really see exactly that imagery. You are a conduit. You are a connection between heaven and earth. And once you have lifted that toxic blanket of things that maybe held you down, hindered you from your past, from different situations, and now you are empowered, you are in a place of peace. Look at this abundance you are able to create as a result of clearing all of that. Believe in your dreams. Believe in the eternal light of love. Believe that as above, so below, and that the source of life is too legit to quit. It's time for you to experience heaven on earth. In fact, there was a song by Belinda Carlisle that came out. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. I love that song, but what a powerful message. Start living as if heaven is a place on earth right now. Oh my gosh. Bottom of the deck. Good gravy. Who would have thunk it, man? I am telling you, I had no idea all of these cards and these decks would just be screaming out to us to let us know we are in a state of transformation. Now, why is that important? Because we just utilized the deck called the Quantum Oracle, and look at the card. Transformation, in case you can't see that. So we have transformation. These decks are literally, once again, confirming to us what we have been experiencing, which is a shift. In fact, what came to me is a dynamic shift. And again, dealing with the shadow work. So see, here I go. Gots to go back to this deck. It is the Quantum Oracle by Sandra and Taylor. And we were just talking about transformation. But why that card was so important is this. Oh my gosh, I am just so amazed when we start working with these decks, what comes up. The reason why transformation was needed is because of the victim mentality of the masculine and the feminine holding on to this volume of history that it was time to move on and let go. And so going forward to get to your next journey, you had to go through all this transformation. It was part of your destiny. It's part of what you were meant to become and do to get to where you are now. So say, don't hate the journey. It's all part of the plan, the divine plan. And so I'm going to go ahead and read this transformation to you right now. This is incredible. All right. 31. Transformation, light and dark. Which figure on the card do you relate to? The dark shadow of your own fear or the empowered, light-filled divine you? Ooh, drops the mic again. This is a challenging question since, in truth, both aspects are of yourself. Within you are both light and shade, illumination and shadow, love and hate, peace and anxiety. Living in a dualistic world, you will have a dualistic nature, and it serves you well to try to integrate and understand all parts of yourself. Pushing away one's shadow doesn't work, whether it appears as jealousy, rage, greed, or spite. Instead, you're being called to understand and work through why such feelings arise and where they come from, and realize it's usually because of an absence of love. Wow. Our shadow often wants to keep us small, to keep doing what we know rather than trying something new. It feeds off of old patterns that haven't been worked through, from panic to low self-esteem to something greater still. If you have done the shadow work, then the card asks you the question, which figure do you give